Hello friends, this is Prem and welcome back to my podcast channel Casual Chats. About a month back, in my project we had a batch of around 10 freshers who joined in. Fortunately or unfortunately, I had no freshers in my team from this particular batch. This gave me an opportunity to observe them not as a manager but as a teammate. It was interesting initially to see how pumped up the batch of freshers who came in were. But as time went on, in about a week or two, I could see a complete change in their way of approach. All the enthusiasm that they had in the initial week was all gone. This behavior took me back to the days when I had joined in the MNC as a fresher and who also mostly followed the same pattern. In this podcast, I will talk about a few mistakes which I feel I had done in my initial days of the career and how I could have done things differently. When I joined my first company, I thought I would spend some fun time with my friends on the bench. But unfortunately, I was selected to my first project on my third day of bench. Even though there was a bit of disappointment, I was also excited that I am going to work in a new project that has picked me up. On my first day, my manager greeted us and introduced to the four of our teammates who were already in the project. He said that it was a cloud customer and would be kicking off pretty soon. From that point, for the next 6 months, we literally had no work to do. Whenever we asked our manager, he would say in a couple weeks everything would be ready and we will be starting pretty soon. Over the next 6 months, we understood that there was no major role in the project and eventually moved out to the different teams. This was our first mistake, not understanding our role and how we are going to contribute. This clarity of role attained at an earlier stage would pave a clear way on how you have to upskill yourself. After I joined the new team, I started to learn the technology as quick as possible. I was under the assumption that the faster we complete our jobs, the better would be the recognition that we get. This was the second mistake. When a task is assigned to us in our offices, it is expected that we complete the task as perfect as we could. That would not mean we can take a month to complete a task which could be done in a week's time. But yes, the quality of the job that was completed has higher value than the speed at which it was completed. The third mistake that now has become a kind of tradition is talking bad about our managers. How much ever our managers are genuine with us, we still find something to talk bad about them. Unfortunately, this would be the most interesting topic that we discuss with our friends. I accept that there are few people who have unacceptable requirements from their team. It is important to talk to them and quote the reasons on why their expectation for the task to be done is quite impossible, rather than just putting in all the extra efforts to achieve what they ask for and then talk bad about them. As new joiners to the team, we would have a lot of confidence that all the activities that are being done by us will be overlooked by our seniors, and so we can confidently play around things. This is the fourth mistake, not accepting ownership or not building trust. One of the most important things around which the corporate world operates is trust. If you expect your seniors to be watching every moment of yours, it means you are expecting them to practically do your work, which no one would be ready to do. As individuals, we always feel that we have been working to our best efforts. But what we must to understand is that the company looks us as a team and not as an individual. This is the fifth mistake. When we just focus on ourselves and we put in our efforts to perform a task which no one else in the team knows about or hasn't been updated upon, that could be a reason for internal conflicts to rise up. When working as a team, it's necessary for the entire team to be on good communication to assist each other better. The last mistake that I wanted to talk about is not asking for feedback. Most of us assume that our managers and our seniors would know what we are doing and will not take up the effort to go and ask them if we are performing on track. Your manager, who would be leading a team of about 10 to 15 people, would not have the necessity or the bandwidth to focus on your personal growth. So it becomes our responsibility to go and ask for the necessary feedback at regular intervals, ensuring that we are meeting the expectations which are set on us and what would be the future expectations that we will have to work towards. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope I was able to add some value to the listeners from this particular episode. If you like the content that I presented, please click on the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more such content. Until I meet you with my next podcast, this is Prem signing off.